This is BloodX and welcome to another Dicejunkies gameplay video. As always, we hope you enjoy it. The grounded builds that we've done here with Dicejunkies. If you would like, go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you like the content. And if you want to play grounded, look up Mr. BloodX gamer tag on Xbox Live. Alright. So let's go ahead and start with the anthill. As you can see, we have a lot of zip lines all over the map. So this is one of my first zip lines I built. Didn't actually go into the anthill base, but gets you close enough. You got to worry about is unfortunately the mosquitoes, which are new with 6.2.2. I can actually leave this alone. Alright, so we can let him do his thing. So with this new update, they did make things a lot less durable. So you have to farm quartzite a lot more. You also had to make armor. You had to make super glue as well. So this is just a little quick little base that I made here by the anthill. Water, rations, also a good place to store quartzite as well. Plus, I got some ant armor in case we actually want to dive into the anthill without being attacked by the ants. So let's go take a look inside here and see if we can find some quartzite, and also we're looking for any ice caps in case the ants brought some back, which they will from time to time. I used to actually wear ant armor in here just to be safe, but gotten to the point now that I just run past all the ants. That and the soldier ants appear to have spawned more outside the anthill instead of inside. One thing that did kind of jack some stuff up is they didn't allow you to use the mint mace to farm quartzite. Now you have to actually use the insect hammer. So you got to make sure you carry one of those around as well. Not a lot of quartzite's come back since I farmed it last time. Now here's some. Oh. These would be a nice little surprise for somebody else later on. Oh, and there's an ice cap. Cool. Add this to our supply later on. It's one of the rarest resources in the game are the mint pieces. Definitely don't suggest eating them even though they do say food. That's the only way to make the tier 3 mace. I need to make some more for my sons. They've been wanting to play grounded with me a lot more lately. Alright, let's get out of here. Their quartzite, and I'll show you what I built in preparation for the next major update, which I think should be either at the end of February or in March, when they open up the haze. That's going to be an interesting base, I believe. So to make travel easier, like I said, I made a lot of zip lines. So to get up high enough to use zip lines, I use trampolines. So we'll just bounce, 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 bounce. So the quickest way back to the haze is actually use a zip line, which I'll show you in my zip line builds here in a second. Oh, by the way, the angle of zip lines does make a huge difference. One of my other buddies made one that was almost flat, and it was actually faster to walk than it was to ride the zip line. So make sure you have sufficient angle to actually get some momentum going. And here we go. Alright, so we'll bounce up here. And we'll put on our gas mask. Well, it's not that, but that's fine too. And we'll fly over to the haze. Unfortunately, when I built this zip line, I didn't account for one of the wood stems I had cut down in order to make everything. So I had to go back and make a ramp later on because the wood stem had grown back and the zip line started skimming the top of the leaves. So I think this is my longest zip line out of all the ones that I have, is the one from the main base over to the haze. As you can see, I believe in markers. Oh, the gold diamond over there is the beehive. Eventually I'm going to build something to get up to the top and actually see if we can get into the beehive. I doubt there's anything of value in there, but you never can tell with this game. Alright. And we're now in the haze. So with the haze opening up at some point in the future, I created a base to allow us to have at least some resources available and a way to get back. So I do have chests with gas masks, dandelion tufts, food. Also have water available and workbench and a place to sleep if necessary. But more importantly, I've also created a way back. Which is part of one of my original builds, just get on top of the lantern. I just extended it up higher with the trampolines so that we can actually get back. And since we're done with that, we can go ahead and put this back on. And this takes us all the way back to the anthill. To actually have a top of that platform, I can have a zip line that goes back to the main base, but also have a zip line that goes over to the hedge, which is where we're going to go next. See, it's pretty tall. Wasn't a quick build at all. Alright, so now that we're here, I also have an extra chest with some dandelion tufts, just in case you need one. And I also have some bandages. So, 2 zip lines, one that comes back over to the anthill, and one that actually goes to the hedge. Trying to make things as easy as possible to get around the map without having to go in triangle formations or in squares. As you can see, it moves pretty quick. Oh, and those that have asked, the 92,000 raw science I have, this is not an exploit. There was one last year where you could keep turning your quest over and over and over again. That's actually farmed from dailies. That is not exploited or cheated raw science. Blood Axe earned that on his own. Alright. So if we go over to the bird bath, I do have a again an older build that before I started using trampolines, where it's just running up a bunch of roofs here. But we'll go back over to the hedge, and I'll show you something that's kind of interesting. I much prefer the trampolines myself. They're actually faster to build than you think. So that takes you back to the main base over there. But I also built a path that leads all the way through the hedge. I had to rebuild it after they updated with the hedge research station and destroyed most of my path. So I had to go back here and actually rebuild a lot of this stuff, which was a pain to say the least. Oh, they did finally start fixing to where the juice started dropping juice again. It did not drop anything for months, but thank goodness for that. That eventually will spill over into both of them, both of the containers. So originally, before we had zip lines, I built a bridge all the way across, which I'll show you on the way back, but this is where it leads up to here. There we go. So this is the hedge base. Again, plenty of water, resources. Also have rooms. I built rooms for my sons up here, which is kind of cool for them. But one thing I did do was build trampolines to get up to the very, very top of the hedge. Interestingly enough, you can actually run across the top of the hedge. Now, there are spots you can fall off and fall down. But there's a little bit of a ways up. I don't know if you can see how far down that goes. But as we bounce up, now we're on top of the hedge. Didn't find anything up here, but you can run around the leaves all the way to the other end, past the research station, and over towards where the bombardier beetles and the orb weavers are. Now, this zip line there takes you back to the anthill, and this one takes us back to the main hedge. And I think this is my second fastest zip line that I have in the game. As you can see down below is the bridge that I built a long time ago. That was a beast of a build. I think that was back in September of 2020. COVID bridge. Alright. So when we had the water research station up, I built a water base. Thought there would be actually more to do around the pond. Clearly I was wrong. And there's my first base up there, which is pretty much gone neglected since I built the main base, which we'll go over here in a second. But I did build a pyramid type structure over here along the water, which allows you to get in and out of the water through this opening here. And resources galore, food and diving gear, just in case we need diving gear at all, dandelion tufts, water, and the such. And we'll zip back over, and we'll go over the main base there. Oh, actually, before we go over the main base, and probably don't have any wolf spiders now because, as you can see, I had 2 of the 3. But there's a picture on Xbox where I had actually had 3 wolf spider pets in here. Yeah, they haven't come back yet. But I had 3 of them trapped in here, which is actually kind of cool. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that image and load it up along with this video. But the main base is pretty nice. This was a long build. A lot of wood stems. Alright, as you can see, it's like 5 stories tall. Complete with a roof, rooms, chairs. Also have a armory here, which has all the armor sets. And then over here I have all the weapons loaded onto the wall. Oh, I put my mints up. Forgot about that. So every time I get back to the anthill, I do check for extra ice caps so I can store them. I think I made about 6 or 7 mint mallets, but I've been trying to store the extra mints in here for later just in case, because you just never know. And one thing I like to do from time to time is to play a joke, is to put ant eggs in Maggot's room. When they hatch and he walks in, he has ants in here, so go ahead and drop, and we'll wait for them to hatch. We'll go ahead and close the door so they don't run around the base. So in addition to having the armory down there, I also have a museum up here with all the different things you can build, from the firefly to the wall mounts. Also the abomination. Don't know if you found the recipe for that one yet, but it's down in the pond. It's pretty cool. And then we have our bombardier beetle, our other critters, and then we also have the gnat and the bumblebee. And because I ran out of storage downstairs, I had to make more storage chests upstairs. So it's basically overflow up here. But what I built down here was chests for rocks and water products and food. So I try to keep everything stocked up best I can. So As you can see, it's all just loaded full of stuff. Do have extra spider venom, but I'm going to make me some more arrows with that. And then the silk. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I do have another video with all the mutations, although they do have a new one since I last updated that, which is the Barbarian, which is actually using the Mint Mace, or clubs is the classification they call it. So definitely check that out. If you have any questions, you can leave comments. I'll be happy to answer them on YouTube for you as well. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you found the content helpful. If you did so, please hit the thumbs up as it helps spread the channel for other viewers. As always, you can watch Dicejunkies live on Twitch at 3:30 Central Standard Time on Sundays. We also stream gaming content on Twitch throughout the week, so be sure to subscribe there as well. If you can, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're up to date on all the Dicejunkies content. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. They fucked my tomatoes up!